The most frustrating thing a European basketball fan can see is talented Europeans warming the NBA bench, especially when they have the potential to absolutely dominate back in Europe. Let's take a look at these fringe NBA players that Europe would welcome with open hands.
Goes backup minutes. Boban.
When Boban gets some playing time in the NBA, it's one of the most entertaining things to watch.
That was Harlem Globetrotter-esque.
Unfortunately, it is quite a rare sight. And when Boban gets to step on the court, it's usually in the garbage time or lasts just a few minutes.
Boban for three.
But wouldn't you want to see Boban playing 30 minutes per game? Well, that has already happened during his last EuroLeague season with Crvena Zvezda Belgrade in 2015. Not only did he average 27 minutes per game, but was an absolutely dominant force in Europe with a record efficiency of 25.7. Personally, I believe that Boban playing for, or let's say not playing for, the tanking Houston Rockets is a waste of his talent, especially since he's already 34 years old and probably has a few more productive years left. And then there's also the NBA fast-paced style that really doesn't suit Boban that well. While back in the EuroLeague, he would fit right into that backup center role and be a headache for opponents to deal with.
Marcus Williams to Boban for the slam. Boban Marjanovic.
With Crvena Zvezda making so much noise recently, perhaps they should bring back Boban to Belgrade too.
I love you, Boban. Thank you, brother.
Shot clock at 4. Nice ball rotation. Fournier 3. Another one.
You could argue that Evan Fournier is the most talented player in this list. Just a few years back, Evan was absolutely balling for Orlando Magic, averaging just under 20 points per game.
Ross was not available. Fournier is. One dribble, lets it fly. He drills it!
But it seems that his career trajectory is heading down. After being traded to the Celtics and having big hopes for a contending NBA team, his scoring efficiency went drastically down despite averaging the same minutes. The situation got worse when he joined the Knicks. During his first season there, he was still getting plenty of playing time, but recently the defensive-minded coach Tom Thibodeau has completely cut down on Fournier's minutes. It's probably best illustrated by the fact that he did not play a single minute for the Knicks from the 13th of November till 30th of December. That is about a month and a half of not playing despite being healthy and able to do so. Nevertheless, if he came back right now, Fournier would undoubtedly be one of the best players in Europe. It's enough to look back at the 2022 Eurobasket last summer, where he was the leading scorer for France and carried them to the final.
Big possession, they need something from Fournier, leans in, makes the shot! He's back, Betty!
Also, which team's jersey would you like to see him in if he came to EuroLeague? Let me know in the comment section below.
Najee sees the crease, great pass. That'll do it every time.
When Willy Hernangomez won the EuroBasket 2022 MVP, he surely expected a different start to the 2022-23 NBA season. To his regret, there is still little space in the stacked New Orleans Pelicans team, as he is currently only the third center in their rotation. So perhaps it's time for him to start thinking about coming back home to Europe, as in his 7 years in the NBA, he never averaged more than 20 minutes a game, and his success in the EuroBasket shows that he could be a very valuable player in the European game. I'm sure Real Madrid would love one of their own to come back to the team, and we all know they could get him.
Here's Fed, crosses one way, crosses the other way! Oh, it's Willy Hernangomez's turn to be the eradicator!
And then the level, the quality of shots you're getting off of his...
And then we have the other Hernangomez. While currently Juancho is actually playing more than his brother,
Chua. Here's Hernangomez to bring.
his stats remain unremarkable. Similar to his brother, the 2022 EuroBasket and especially the final showed that he has the potential to do much better. I think if there's a chance for Juancho to be Bo Cruz again, it's much more likely to happen in the EuroLeague rather than the NBA.
Do you want to be in the NBA?
No.
Nice ball fake.
Speaking of Eurobasket success stories, Sviatoslav Mikhailiuk was one of the unexpected stars of the tournament, averaging 17 points and leading Ukraine to their second best Eurobasket performance ever.
A couple of weeks ago, Italy dominated in the second half and got the win. Wow!
But exactly as it is with Fournier, Thibodeau hasn't found a place for him in the Knicks rotation so far. While Mikhailiuk might lack athleticism for the NBA, he seems like a perfect forward for EuroLeague with his all-around game.
Bounced off the hands of Wainwright. Saric makes himself available, massages it in, and a foul.
After being selected with the 12th pick by the 76ers in 2014 and a promising start to his NBA career, it seemed that Dario Saric will be a solid part of the Philadelphia squad. Even after getting traded to the Timberwolves and then later to the contending Phoenix Suns, he was proving himself during the NBA bubble with a solid 10 point and 5 rebound averages on a winning team. But then he got the ACL injury during the 2021 playoffs, and that really changed the picture.
Saric drives on Lopez, stops, poked away, gets it back. Saric hurt himself on that play and goes limping down the other end of the floor.
It took a full year for Saric to recover, and we only saw him come back in the 2022 Eurobasket. But the tournament wasn't successful not only for his team, but also Saric himself, as he was averaging just 9 points a game and was very far from his old self.
And now they have knocked him out of FIBA Eurobasket 2022.
And Dario's struggles continues this season, as the injury-riddled Suns can't find him a spot in the rotation. Being on the right side of 30, Saric could definitely bounce back from his injuries, but I think it would be nice to see him competing in the EuroLeague again.
Beautiful play! Anadoluev, Saric, count it!
Right maneuvers to the baseline. Out it comes to Davis Bertans for three. Now he can do that.
In 2020, Davis Bertans signed a 5-year, $80 million contract with the Washington Wizards. Soon after the deal, his stats began going down drastically, and the $16 million a year for his contributions now seem ridiculous.
You serious?
It's crazy to think that after his $80 million deal expires, Bertans might only get offered minimum salary, or even not get any offers at all. Which makes me think that out of all the players in this list, Davis is probably the most realistic one to come back in the future, especially knowing how successful stretch fours can be in the EuroLeague right now. Might surprise some of you, but 2023 will be the 10th year in the NBA for Alex Len. Despite being drafted 5th overall, the Ukrainian basketball hope never found his place in the league. He has averaged over 10 points in just one season and did it playing for Atlanta.
Nice little pass inside to Len for the jam and the foul.
Ever since his best season with the Hawks, he's been on a down spiral stats-wise and has become a journeyman who changed 4 teams in the last 3 years. I think letting go of this NBA dream and potentially dominating in the EuroLeague is a much better option for the Ukrainian.
Griffin shows. Momokalashvili, big finish!
There is one thing for sure. Sandro Momokalashvili has some hops. The Georgian showed his true potential in this year's Eurobasket, but unfortunately, the Milwaukee Bucks coaching staff hasn't recognized his upside yet, as he remains at the end of the bench so far. Of course, you could say that he's playing for the favorites to win the NBA, and that is the main reason for it. But through the years, we've seen how things work out for most second-round picks in the NBA, especially from Europe. I believe Sandro could follow the footsteps of, let's say, Ignas Brazdeikis and build some experience in Europe before getting another shot at the NBA.
He's told his virtues, he lets us down.
And the final player on this list is yet another Georgian player, Goga Bitadze. Arguably, Bitadze is in a better position than Sandro, having been picked in the first round, but as of right now, he hasn't been getting any consistent minutes. This season, he has regressed to his worst stats since the rookie season, and his skill set would be much more appreciated in Europe.
Matherin.
Hello.
Just like his countryman Momokalashvili, Goga is turning just 24 this year, and perhaps the bright future in the NBA is still to come. But just like every player in this list, the 2019 EuroLeague's rising star has the potential to transform his career by coming back to Europe. But I guess we'll have to see in the near future if any of these players have the ambitions to be an important piece in the EuroLeague instead of comfortably sitting on the bench in the world's strongest league. Let me know in the comments which of these players would you like to see the most in Europe and what teams would they fit in with the most. Also, a quick announcement for all of you guys who enjoy our work here on YouTube and also on the basketnews.com website. We have recently launched a platform and a community called BM+, where you can show your appreciation and support. That comes with the additional written and video content, including breakdowns and opinion articles, but what I think is even more fun, you get a chance to discuss basketball with all the other basketball crazy people, including us, the Basket News creators. For full details, make sure to check it out right here, and I'll see you in the next one.